Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. We are going to talk about Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll is trying to get more blood out of the rock, I guess. They're adding a couple new higher level subscription tiers. I got to give a shout out to CCG who sent this article over this morning. I'd actually missed it. So we're going to talk about Crunchyroll, kind of what's up with Crunchyroll and Warner Media. We're going to talk about High Guardian Spice. Where the hell is High Guardian Spice? And all of that. Before we get into it, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. I'm finding out that only 50% of our views come from subscribers. The millions of views we get a month, only 50% comes from subscribers. So if you guys could give us a sub, it absolutely would help the channel grow. And also check out clownfishtv.com, the new website where all of our videos, as they are posted from our multiple channels, including the Spanish channel, including the gaming channel, they get posted on clownfishtv.com as well. There's a little bell. You can subscribe for notifications there. So if YouTube is being YouTube and not sending you notifications, there are other ways to get them. So let's talk about this. Crunchyroll adding 2 new higher level subscription tiers because they're trying to get more blood out of the rock. Now, before we talk about that, let's talk about where Crunchyroll is right now. For those of you who don't know, Crunchyroll is part of Warner Media, which is owned by AT&T. AT&T is in a lot of debt right now, and they've been selling off divisions, shutting down divisions, laying people off. Everything that they're trying to do right now revolves around HBO Max. They're trying to consolidate all of their entertainment business divisions and focus on HBO Max being a legitimate Netflix competitor. That is the future, right? And even the DC Fandom event was focused mostly on their movies and their TV shows, not on comic books, because as you'll recall, they laid a bunch of people off at DC Comics. Comic books themselves are not important to AT&T or Warner Media. What they're interested in is winning the streaming wars, or at least staying in the streaming wars as long as they can, and they're laying people off at Warner, at HBO, DC. They're shutting down DC Universe, I think, which is a separate streaming service. Now, the thing about Crunchyroll, and this is what's really interesting, is we've been hearing for at least a year now that the plan with Crunchyroll was to possibly roll it into HBO Max. They have already started putting some Crunchyroll anime content onto HBO Max, but the long-term plan, as I understood it, was that eventually they were going to just make Crunchyroll a separate tab on HBO Max. And if you go out to HBO Max, you'll see Crunchyroll does indeed have its own tab, along with Ghibli and DC and all these other brands, that they basically could just roll it into HBO Max, make it part of the service, and that's where all the anime content goes, right? That was the original plan, as I understand it. Now, because of the financial situation with the shutdown from coronavirus, the plan has potentially changed. Now the plan is AT&T is looking to just sell off Crunchyroll. Just sell it off entirely. The top suitor at this point was Sony. Sony, they wanted $1.5 billion. Last I heard, Sony was not interested in paying that much for it. They think it's only worth half as much, I guess. So I don't know if it's going to go through. If that sale goes through, I do not expect it to be $1.5 billion. But they are currently shopping around Crunchyroll. So, as much shit as we got from commenters and anime news sites that said, how dare you run with a rumor that Crunchyroll's in trouble. Here it is on Variety, that Crunchyroll is indeed in trouble. And we're talking about AT&T, which is very, very cutthroat at this point about cutting back on expenses. Look at Crunchyroll's San Francisco offices. Look at this. It looks like an anime con in a warehouse. There are all kinds of pictures floating around. These are their posh offices. This is probably going to end, regardless of who buys Crunchyroll. This is probably going to end because there's no need for this kind of overhead, especially with Hollywood being in the position it's in right now, financial position. Times are very, very tight. The money is not going to flow like water. we don't have this kind of money. And if, regardless of whether or not they roll Crunchyroll into HBO Max or they sell it, I don't think they're going to get to keep their little anime con and their Sakura trees and all this other stuff, because it's just not cost effective, and that's all they care about at this point. And like half of these people probably will be gone soon. But what they're going to do now in the interim, until they sell off the site or decide what they're going to do with it, is they're going to try to get more blood out of the rock. They're going to offer 2 higher level subscription tiers. So this is an exclusive from Deadline. Warner Media owned anime outfit Crunchyroll is adding 2 additional subscription streaming tiers. The core $8 a month service surpassed 3 million subs earlier this summer. That's good, I guess, for a niche, but remember that Crunchyroll's been around for like 10 plus years as a subscription service. And, you know, the numbers now with the streaming services, they're looking for dozens of millions of new subs to be added every couple of months, and 3 million over the course of 10 years. It will continue as the fan plan at $8 a month. The new levels will be Mega Fan at $10 a month and Ultimate Fan at $15 a month. Merchandise, a proven draw for anime fans, is an element of both higher level tiers. Do they send you something? Is that like Patreon or something? They send you stuff? Fan subscribers get access to Crunchyroll's anime library of more than 1,000 titles and 30,000 episodes, with immediate access to simulcast series day and date with their premieres in Japan. So that has not changed. Mega Fan adds offline viewing, 4 concurrent streams, and rebates at the Crunchyroll store. Ultimate Fan subscribers get 6 concurrent streams, an annual membership swag bag, and exclusive access to members only merchandise. Oh my god. This is not gonna work. Crunchyroll will continue to offer a free ad-supported streaming service with episodes available 1 week after their premiere on other platforms. The new subscriber offerings are rolling out today, with full availability expected by early September. Warner Media has featured Crunchyroll on HBO Max, the general entertainment service that launched in May. HBO Max arrived on the market after the company had introduced more targeted services like DC Universe and Crunchyroll. The latter originated with Otter Media, and they're talking about that. We're basically now, even DC Universe is also a tab right here. There's the DC content. Right here. There's really no reason for them to have a separate streaming service for DC content when they can just put it right on HBO Max. And one of the biggest, selling points for HBO Max right now is the Snyder Cut. We've got Harley Quinn, we've got Doom Patrol on HBO Max. There's no reason to have a separate service. It just doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. Crunchyroll has declined to comment on speculation it may be up for sale. Probably not allowed to. The information reported earlier this month that AT&T, which is carrying $153 billion in debt after absorbing Time Warner in 2018, has held talks with Sony about a potential acquisition. Sony has expertise in anime as the owner of Funimation, also Aniplex and some other companies. They're the top suitor, but they do not want to pay that much money, as I understand it. So yeah, Crunchyroll as it is right now, it's living on borrowed time, just like I think Rooster Teeth. I don't think Rooster Teeth is going to be around much longer either. I really don't, because there's not much purpose for Rooster Teeth. Why do you need Rooster Teeth? All the core members, most of the core members have left. There's been a lot of controversy around, some of their decisions and their treatment of employees. And what are they producing? Ruby's on the decline. Genlock isn't that big of a hit, as I understand it. Now they're just kind of whoring them out to do shows like Transformers for other studios, for Netflix. I don't think Rooster Teeth is going to be around that much longer either. I think, as I understand it from talking to people on the Warner side of things the last year or two, the plan is to streamline all of the content producers for HBO Max into, you've got a cartoon studio, and they produce all the cartoon content. That'd be like Elation, Cartoon Network, Rooster Teeth, and then you've got your live action studios, and that's basically it. And everybody's creating content for HBO Max, and that is basically it. We got the cartoon people over here, and we got our live action people, and then we got our movie division, and that is it. So I don't think they're going to be around that much longer, one way or the other, which means that some projects are in limbo at Crunchyroll. One of the projects that's been in limbo is High Guardian Spice. We just talked about High Guardian Spice the other day. It was the first announced Crunchyroll original. There was a lot of controversy because the video announcing High Guardian Spice talked more about the diversity of the people working on the show than the show itself. In fact, we saw no clips of the finished animation. We just got this like Kickstarter-esque pitch for this show. And we did talk about how some aspiring animators now are feeling that High Guardian Spice might have actually ruined their chances because executives now might not be so inclined to take on quote-unquote diverse projects because there was such a public backlash against High Guardian Spice. Not the finished product, mind you. In fact, we've actually heard from someone who has seen the pilot, not the finished product, but the marketing of the product. It was very, very tone deaf. They should have just put the show out there and said, here it is. Do you like it? Do you don't like it? Whatever, and let it, kind of succeed or fail on its own merit. So that's actually a disservice to the people working on the show. But it's basically been buried. Now, we know High Guardian Spice. High Guardian Spice has been screened. The pilot has been screened. We don't know what's going on with it. We have been in contact with someone who has seen the pilot, who said the pilot actually wasn't that bad. It really wasn't that bad. But the fact that they were screening it for people before they released it isn't a good sign, because I don't remember them screening The Rising of the Shield Hero for people to see if it was good enough to put on Crunchyroll. But for some reason, High Guardian Spice, they felt like they had to test market it first to see if it was worth it. And, it could be that they just did the pilot and that's it. And that's all we're going to see, because we know that production has ended already on this show. Everyone's disbanded. Now, what's curious is that Ray Rodriguez has not been saying anything about it on their Twitter. But they might not be allowed to either. People working on the show might not be allowed to. They might have had to have signed some kind of non-disclosure, but people are asking for High Guardian Spice to be released. And, people are speculating it's locked in the deepest vaults in Crunchyroll HQ. But Ray Rodriguez did put a little smiley face. Has it been delayed? Weeps. Banana bread. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where it is. It sounds like this could be a casualty of everything going on with Crunchyroll right now. And even if they didn't have a lot of, the executives didn't have a lot of faith in the show, they'll just be like, oh yeah, well, we were in the middle of selling Crunchyroll and coronavirus, so oopsie doopsie, it slipped through the cracks. But, to be completely fair, we have heard the pilot's not that bad. I just think that they came at it the wrong way with the marketing, where it was like, here, let's show you everybody working on the show first, and then eventually we're going to show you the show, because 95% people don't give a shit who works on the show. Only Twitter and Tumblr cares. 95% people don't care. They're like, is the show good? Yes or no. If it's good, show it to us. If not, why the hell did you make it? But so it's in limbo. Everything with Crunchyroll right now is in limbo, and they're desperately trying to make more money. I don't know. What do you guys think? Are you going to pay the extra $2 a month to get a coupon for Crunchyroll merchandise in a loot crate for $15 a month? This sounds kind of like some Patreon level shit here, right? I'm gonna wrap it up. We'll talk to you guys later.